Hello friends, Josh Knox here from iamJoshKnox. Just a quick video on just one of the filter capabilities that I really like in Dynamics 365 for finance. Now, if you've ever tried to filter for a record, right, you see that there's a variety of filter options you have. By default, if you click on anything new, it will give you the begins with filter, which you may or may not want. I think the most convenient filter tends to be the contains filter, which just says, let me type some word. I'll type sales, and it will return anything that has sales anywhere in the body, beginning to end. Now there is this is one of filter, which I think is just really useful, basically, and I wanted to talk you through it. Right, so if I say is one of sales, it shouldn't return anything because it's looking for an exact match return. But if I were to copy, let's say, one of these records, I can Control C, and I can paste that is one of value in there and return that as the filter. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's not so helpful. You could just click on the record yourself. But where this does become useful is imagine you have some external list. Let's say you're working in Excel, and you've got a big list of vendors, and let's imagine that our task is we want to say, show me which vendors, I just want to check their payment terms and make sure the payment terms on my vendors are right. And someone has gone through and said, can you just double check these specific records? Well, this is a table, so I can, right, in Excel, I can filter for those X's. And then I can just Control C, copy that whole list of records. And if we come back to our vendors list, I say is one of, Control V, and it pastes that list as individual items in the list into my filter. And then when I apply, I'm now filtering just for those records. And then to continue our thought experiment, let's say I just needed to double check their terms of payment. Right, I could click into each individual record and find out what the terms of payment are, or I could right click, insert columns, and bring in the terms of payment. Right, so now our terms of payment are sitting here. And maybe we would sort this A to Z based on our terms of payment. And so you can double check your terms of payment that way, or maybe you want to sort, by A to Z by name because you're trying to compare to your other Excel list. That's fine. Another way that you could look at this would be you can do a grouping. So we could group by terms of payment, and you could say, okay, well, here are my net 15s, here are my net 20s, here are my net 30s. And then last, right, if your list is very complex, and you really want to do some sort of, say, more sophisticated comparison, you might think of exporting this into Excel and then doing some sort of Excel VLOOKUP based comparison or something like that. So you have a variety of options, and I think this is one of filter is good. Let's say you have 10 to 20 records that you're trying to spot check. That would be the type of use case that I would look for this. So anyways, hope this video was helpful. And if you've got any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Take care. Bye.